to my favorite segment of the show.
This is Jerry's
My
favorite.
favorite segment of the show.
This is Jerry's favorite segment of the show. All right. So on the year, all right, we're all doing pretty well. All right. Me, 76-44 on the year. Rell, what's your record this year?
Yes, sir. 72-47 on the year.
72-47. And Jerry, what you got?
83-37.
83 and
Sheesh.
37. There we go. Exactly. We hooping. We hooping when it comes to the picks. All right. So starting off on Thursday night, Lamar Jackson should be back to play against the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Rell, who you got?
Ravens. I wanted to make it fast, but Lamar Jackson coming back got all distractions out the locker room. The Dolphins last Sunday had a bad, like, they won that game. They were not supposed to win that game. I'm telling you, expect for this game to be a blowout.
All right, we got Ravens. Jerry, who you got?
Russ said everything y'all need to say, so I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm not picking Tua to turn the ball over. I have the Ravens winning this one.
All right, I'm definitely going with the Ravens. I know that Thursday nights has been upset central, right? I got bit in the butt last week by picking the Vikings, right? But I do believe that the Ravens will definitely get going in this game and probably blow out Tua and the Dolphins. All right. Moving on to Sunday, guys. At 12 o'clock, we got the Bears and the Bengals. Where who you got?
Bears.
No explanation needed. Jerry, who you got?
I have the Bears.
No explanation needed. I'm going with the Bears. With Joe Flacco or without Joe Flacco, I do believe the Bears will get this W. Yes, it's in Cincinnati, but as I said earlier, this is a must-win game for this Bears team. They want to stay in the race. If they want to stay, keep that, because that's the thing too. You're in a really good division. So I think your chances of winning the division out the window. So you got to keep your head above water so you can get that six, seven, no, that fifth, sixth, or seventh seed. All right. So they got to win these easy games, and they got an easy defense to go against probably a backup that ended up starting and became a backup again. Right. So you only get Jake Browning, who's been basically benched as a backup this year. That's pretty embarrassing. So if you lose to this team, I would be very disappointed in the Bears. All right. So we got the Bears. Next up, we got the Vikings and the Lions. Real, you got.
Yes, sir. I'm going with the Lions. Like we all just said, we just don't think that McCarthy is ready yet. It's going to be his first week, his first game coming back from injury. I just think it'll be too much for him. Aiden Hutchinson is going to be on all game, man. He got to go to a very hostile environment in Detroit.
All right, Jerry, who you got?
Yeah, I got the Lions. This will be a tough one for JJ McCarthy, and then the Lions are just gonna prove why they are such a high-powered offense once again. I got the Lions.
All right, I'm going with the Lions. JJ McCarthy, look, once like I said, going into the season, I do believe he's going to struggle this whole entire year, which he has so far. And I think going into next year, he'll be better. Like, and also one thing about it is his development process just got slowed down because of the injury. Right. So if he was trending in the right direction in terms of how he's playing in Kevin O'Connell's offense, it got slowed down because of the injury. So he's still developing, guys. So I just think they're gonna get stomped and play from behind the whole entire game. So I'm going with the Lions at home, fresh off the bye. All right, next we got the Panthers and the Packers. Real, who you got?
Packers.
No explanation needed. Jerry, who you got?
Packers. The Panthers, like this is a bad football team. They're 4-4. They're 500, but they're still not a good football team. I think their head coach needs to be fired, and I will stand by that for the rest of the season. Out of the Packers.
Yep, I'm going with the Packers as well. Once again, no explanation really needed. Not gonna waste my time on that. All right, Chargers, Titans. Real, who you got?
I'm going with the Chargers. The Chargers had a really, really good win last week. Thursday Night Football was a very big confidence booster, especially for Justin Herbert. And they got a 10-day vacation. They get the rest. They got Khalil Mack back. That was big for their defense. And this Tennessee Titans team lost their head coach a couple weeks ago. That just messes up the locker room. Give me the Chargers.
All right, I like that. Jerry, who you got?
Chargers.
Well, I feel like it's a lot of lopsided matchups this weekend. All right, I'm gonna go with the Chargers as well on the road. It's okay. Cam Ward, it's gonna be okay. Just hang in there, hang in there, Cam. You're gonna be all right. All right,
Help
next
is
we got
on
the
the way.
Falcons. Huh?
I said help is on the way.
Help is on the way. All right, help is on the way. Y'all probably got the first pick overall next year, so help is definitely on the way. All right, Falcons, Patriots. Real, who you got?
Uh, I know all of America is going to say the Patriots. They're one of the hottest teams in the AFC. I'm going to say the Falcons. So the Falcons had a really bad last 2 weeks. Granted, being Kirk Cousins played last week. I think this Falcons team will be very desperate, very hungry for a win. This is a team that had playoff aspirations, so this is a must-win game for them. I'm going with the Falcons.
All right, Jared.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots in this one. I think earlier in the top five rankings, when I had the Patriots in my top five rankings, I think Mike Vrabel will game plan for Bijan Robinson. I think he will do his best to limit Bijan Robinson's productivity, and I think they'll be effective in doing so. And I think that that will just throw the Falcons' whole game plan off. I don't like the Falcons' play calling. There's a lot about the Falcons I don't like, including the QB play, whether it's Michael Penix Jr. or Kirk Cousins. I think that Drake May is going to look across the sideline. He's going to say, "This is another week where I'm the best quarterback on this field. I'm going to prove it." And this game is in New England. I have New England winning this one.
All right, yeah, I'm going with New England. I told y'all before. Look, there's two. So I have a ban list that I am creating. All right, I'm creating a ban list. Teams that I would not pick, teams that I would not bet on. And as of right now on this list is Raheem Morris and the Atlanta Falcons and Mike Tomlin and Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right, I said it. Okay, so I'm going with the Patriots. All right, I do think the Patriots are the better team here. I think Drake May is playing way better than Michael Penix is right now. I think that momentum will carry. If it was in Atlanta, I might be with Rell a little bit because I mean some teams are just going to lose games they're supposed to win, right? But I'm going with the Patriots at home against the Falcons, all right? Next up, we have the 49ers and the Giants. Real, who you got?
Yes, sir. I'm going with the 49ers. The Giants just hurt. They really just lost all the juice they had. Their spark plug and Cam Skatibo, they just lost them last week. So I'm definitely going with the 49ers, who also just came off a tough loss.
Facts, Jerrick.
Yeah, I'm going with the 49ers. This like games like these are crucial for them because although they are a hurt team and they've lost tremendously important pieces in Nick Bosa and Fred Warner for the year, this is still a team that has playoff aspirations because they are 5-3. They are literally right there in the playoff race. So they have to win these type of games to continue their playoff pursuit. And I think that Kyle Shanahan will make sure this team will get the job done. I have the 49ers.
I'm going to 49ers as well. I think off of a tough loss against a team, first of all, CJ Stroud. We was talking about CJ Stroud like he was, a bottom tier quarterback going into last week, and then all of a sudden he ends up looking like an all-pro quarterback, right? So that's not good for Robert Saleh's side of the ball. Mind you, they're dealing with crazy injuries, guys. Once Fred Warner and Nick Bosa went out, we kind of knew that days like last week was possible because you don't have your two best players arguably on the team, right? So I think that they're going to bounce back this week. Cam Scatterboo being gone, he wasn't just a good running back. I feel like he just gave him that energy. He was that crazy dude. That crazy dude in the locker room. So I played high school football. This crazy dude we had named Logan Steber. All right, Logan Steber, if you out there, shout out to you. He used to walk in the locker room and he used to headbutt you with no helmet on. Like he was the kind of guy that kind of got you juiced up, right? This is what Cam was like for this team. But he's gone. So I think that it's a lot more on Jackson Dart's plate. And I think that Robert Saleh can take advantage of that. So I'm going with the 49ers. All right. Next up, we got the Colts and the Steelers. Real, you got.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Like I said, the hot teams, the really, really hot teams, like they got to fall off eventually. I feel like this coach team is a very one-dimensional. You stop Jonathan Taylor, you'll be able to beat this team. I think Mike Tomlin, after losing 2 weeks in a row, after his defense has given up the most points, the most yards in the league, I think he'll definitely have a game plan to slow this coach team down. And I think this Pittsburgh team will definitely go and get the win.
Jerrick, Jerrick, who you got?
This is the Straight to the Point podcast. We are real. We don't show favoritism over here. We show minimal bias. I'm going to pull a Bess from week 3. I'm going to put my money on my credibility. I'm going to pick the Colts. Hey, the Steelers, they forced my hand. Last week, I was very, very adamant on not letting the Steelers force my hand with the loss to the Bengals and force me to pick the Packers. But they let me down. And, I have to maintain some sort of credibility. I have to maintain my picks being right. I have the Colts. Like Rose said, they're a very hot team, but we are very cold right now. And I don't know if this is the game that can get us to turn it around. I don't know. I don't think so. I pray that I'm wrong. This is a game. I pray that I am wrong. I truly do because of how big of a Steelers fan I am. I do hope we win. I do want us to win this game. But when it comes to this right here, when it comes to the people that are watching the audience, I do not want to lead y'all astray. I'm going to go with the Colts.
Well, I was going to sacrifice and pick the Colts. All right. But since you did it, I don't think we can both do it, right? One of us got to stay with the Steelers, right? I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh, man. Look, and it's not me being biased. I can see us winning this game. I could see this being a game where they say, "Oh, the Steelers ain't. It's not that bad over there. They all right." And a large part of, like Rell said, the Colts are very hot right now. Eventually, they got to come back down to earth, right? And not only that, but I think the Colts are still on fraud alert. I'm just not completely sold on this team. I'm sorry, right? And I do think this is a team we can take advantage of, being too hot, also being low key frauds. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh, man. I tell you what, if we lose this game, I will never pick the Steelers again on this show. Cause maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I gotta do it. Maybe I gotta sacrifice. But we're gonna switch it up. Last time I picked the Vikings, Jerry picked the Steelers. We got the W. I'm gonna pick the Steelers. Jerry gonna pick the Colts. Hopefully it works in our favor. Oh, God help me. God help me. Y'all seen that that little video of Denzel from Flight, that movie? When he drunk and he in
In the court scene.
he said, "God help me." All right, Denver Texans. Rell, you got?
Yes, sir, I'm going with Denver. I think this Denver team's gonna pressure CJ Stroud, and when you get pressure on CJ Stroud and you don't let him get comfortable, he just has a tendency to turn the ball over. So I'm taking Denver. I think they're gonna make it hard for CJ Stroud.
Jerrick, who you got?
Yeah, I love every bit of what Rell just said. This Denver defense, they're very scary. And this Denver defense, especially that front seven, like they're getting pressure. They have guys that like 2 years ago, we don't know who these guys are. 2 years ago, these are guys that we wouldn't think, like Nick Benito. Nobody thought he would be who he is right now. But they have that. Now, Patrick Surtain, not gonna play. He will be out. But I love what I saw at Johnny Barron. Who's the other corner they have?
Rell, help me out. Oh my goodness.
To
Is it Riley? Last name Riley. What's his last
Yeah,
name?
his last name's Riley.
Is it
Riley Moss. Riley Moss.
Riley Moss.
Riley Moss.
First name Riley.
Good pull, Rell. Yeah, I love what I saw at Johnny Barron last week. And I love what I saw at Riley Moss every single week. Like every single week, we think Pat should just be with the number one guy, but they give Riley Moss opportunities against the number one guy, and he holds his own. He holds it down. So I think that him and Jade Barron, along with the rest of the defense, and with this offense, Bo Nix playing great football. Like Jay Bess said, the past 5 quarters, he's played tremendous football. I think he will continue to do so, and they're going to need it because of how good this Texans defense is. But I do have the Broncos winning this one.
Yep, I'm going with the Broncos. This is the recipe for disaster. Yes, PS2 is gone, right? That takes a hit on the secondary. But as long as you have a pass rush, you can cover up whatever deficiencies you have in the secondary, right? And their secondary outside of PS2 is not even bad. Like, they still got Hufanga roaming around back there. They still got, as y'all mentioned, Jade Barron, who first game back had an interception. They still got Riley Moss. Like, it's still a good defense even without PS2. PS2 just makes them, like, elite. Right, but they're still a good defense, and their calling card is the pass rush. What's the Texans' biggest weakness? Their offensive line. So I do think that the momentum the Texans tried to build after last week's win is going to come to a halt when they go against the Broncos this week. All right. Next up, we got the Jaguars and the Raiders. Rell, who you got?
Yes, sir. Raiders. Hey, cut that out. Ask me again. My bad.
Rell, who you got? The Raiders or the Jags?
Jags. Especially coming off the bye week, Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacksonville. They still have playoff hopes, like playoff chances. They're 4-3. They're in a very good spot. And like I said, for the 49ers, these are the games you have to win. Whenever you play a team that is bad, a team that is looking forward to the draft, when you're looking forward to the playoffs, a team that's looking forward to April, when you're looking forward to January, you have to win these games. So I have the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm going with the Jags. Jerrick would never pick Tua. I would never pick Geno Smith. That's how I feel about Geno right now with the Raiders. All right, so I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Geno versus Tua. Who you picking?
Oh man, oh man. I just cut a finger off of that pick. I don't even want to pick. I don't even want to pick. All right, I can't even answer that question. All right, next you got Saints, Rams. Rell, who you got?
Rams.
Jerrick.
I'm gonna double down on my money line. I got the Rams.
I'm going with the Rams. This is just an unfortunate matchup. It is extremely unfortunate.
Especially coming off a bye, they're gonna kill them.
And Puka gonna be
College
back,
Coast
right?
first start, man.
I think Puka back too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But next up, we got game of the week, guys. Chiefs, Bills, Rell. Who you got?
I got to double down on what I've been saying the past 2 weeks. I'm taking the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs will lose another game this season.
Jerrick.
I have the Chiefs, and it's not even just because of my personal bias towards the Chiefs. I just think that, like I said earlier, the Bills, they haven't shown me, like, this win against the Panthers doesn't show me enough whenever you lost to the Falcons and the Patriots before your bye. So I'm going to need to see this game out of them to convince me that they can get back on track. Chiefs are playing great. They're playing great football. They have the best quarterback in the league. They have Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce. They're clicking on all cylinders. And I think that they will win this big game and continue that pursuit for the first seed.
I'm going to go with the switcheroo. I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win today. But in the playoffs, I'm going to have the Bills.
Hey, cut it out.
Not
The stripes on a zebra do not. That is your favorite saying. The stripes on a zebra do not change. It's not going to change. We've all seen the story before.
All right, fine. You're right. So I'm taking my pick. I'm going with the Bills. All right, let me get my bread. While
I didn't send you all that. I didn't send you all that. But go ahead. Hey, go ahead. You do that.
I was gonna pick the Chiefs, but I'm going with the Bills, man. Look, I think the Chiefs has gotten on the right foot, but they, to me, have not played a team that can put pressure on them. I think Josh Allen can put pressure on the Chiefs, and maybe that leads to a couple mistakes. Maybe that will force the Chiefs to have to put up points. Versus the past 2 weeks, they just pretty much played around with the teams that was going against, the Raiders and the Commanders, right? But against the Bills, they will have to put up points, which could lead to mistakes. It's in Buffalo. I know that crowd won't be crazy. And I know Josh Allen, every time Mahomes pulls up, he brings out his A game, right? So I do think that Josh Allen can get the W. I would not be shocked if the Chiefs won, but I'm going to roll with the Bills. All right, next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks and the Commanders on primetime television. I think somebody's about to get exposed. Don't they? I'll tell you who in a minute, but Rell, who you got?
Yes, sir. It's primetime football. Jaden Daniels lives for these moments. He's back healthy. We all seen what Jaden Daniels does since high school, college, LSU, ASU. This kid knows how to ball. He knows how to win big games. I'm going with Jaden Daniels. There's no way Sam Darnold beats Jaden Daniels head-to-head Sunday Night Football. Impossible.
Impossible. Jerrick, who you got?
It might be impossible, but the impossible will be possible. I have the Seahawks winning this one. I'm not confident in the Commanders. I'm especially not confident in the Commanders' defense. We get to see Jackson Smith and the Jigba back in action. I'm like this is a player that I look forward to seeing every week. Not only because he's on my fantasy team, but because he is one of those ones, and he is showing everybody that he is a wide receiver one. Get that look off your face. You know it's true. Everybody knows it's true. So I do think the Seattle. I don't think that the Commanders' like we say Sam Darnold is going to fold eventually. It won't be this week because the Commanders' defense, although this is a prime time, this is a great matchup. He has to look across the sideline and see Jaden Daniels. But what he also sees when he looks across the other sideline is a washed-up Marshawn Lattimore. Like, he sees guys that he's licking his chops. JSN is about to fry this defense. So I don't think this will be the week that, and also it's still mid-season, not really late season where the games matter as much. So I think that Sam Darnold will still be pretty comfortable on Sunday night. I'm picking the Seahawks.
If this game was in Seattle, I would be on your side. I'm going with Washington at home in a must-win situation, low-key, right? You don't want to fall too far out of the playoff picture if you plan on making the playoffs this year. Jaden Daniels coming back. Jaden Daniels got to show us that the same conversation we was having about Lamar Jackson not being with the Ravens. We was talking about how important Lamar is to that team because how bad they was looking. Jaden Daniels got to prove that without me, y'all can't do anything. So go out there on primetime television and remind everybody that you are the reason why this team go. You're the reason why I got to the NFC Championship last year by yourself because the defense was bad last year too, right? So they can win big games with Jaden Daniels. I believe in it, and I think Sam Darnold, I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. It may not even be this week. This might be a shootout, right? You can see it being a shootout if the Commanders in, right, Jerrick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. This might end up being a shootout, but I'm telling y'all, it's coming. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on Sam to wet the bed. I am literally waiting on it. But I think Jaden Daniels will make Sam, will put pressure on Sam. How about that? And then Sam gonna make some couple mistakes. I got the Commanders at home Sunday night. All right, then Monday Night Football, we got Kyler coming home. He's coming home to Dallas, Texas to go against the Cowboys, primetime television. Rell, who you got?
Sheesh, Kyler coming home. I didn't even know that. Sheesh, Kyler coming home. Since Kyler's coming home, I'm gonna go against the grain and I'm gonna pick the Cardinals. The Cardinals are on a 5-game losing streak. Yes, they're on a 5-game losing streak. Just came off their bye week. This is a must-win game, if you ask me. For the coach, for the team, it's a very desperate locker room. Kyler Murray coming back. He's coming back home and coming back from injury. It's a must-win game. I'm taking the Cardinals. Just lock them in.
Jerrick, who you got?
This Kyler Murray has never lost in AT&T Stadium. Well, wait, has he played AT&T Stadium since being in the league?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
he
he
has.
won. Yeah,
He won. Oh,
yeah.
so he actually doesn't lose AT&T Stadium, high school or NFL. But hey, I know we all watched WWE as kids. We all remember Undertaker, famous, infamous WrestleMania streak. All streaks will be broken,
Oh,
including this one. I have Dallas winning this one, and I just think there's some fact that right now, today, I'm more confident in Dakota Prescott than I am in Kyler Murray, and Dak is coming off of a terrible, terrible game, but against a great defense. Like that's the type of game that was expected in that situation because of how good that defense was. I expect Dak to bounce back. I do, especially against the Arizona defense, where if I'm Dak, I'm licking my chops. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, they're about to have great days against this defense. And on top of that, Dallas, like we're getting to that point of the season where if you want to make the playoffs, you cannot have any more surprise losses, especially if you don't already have a good record. Like the Colts, they can drop a game they're not supposed to drop. Teams like that, they can because they did their dirty work early. The Cowboys, they're sitting at 3-4-1. They're 10th in their conference right now. They can still make the playoffs. And I know that is the mentality in the locker room that we can make the playoffs. We can do this. So I think that Dak Prescott will have a great game. And I think that they will beat this Cardinals team.
yeah. Kyler Murray is 9-0 at AT&T Stadium. This is from high school, college, and NFL. In high school, he's 5-0. Went to Allen High School. In college, he's 2-0. And then in the NFL, he's also 2-0. Jerry, it's your last chance. Do you want to change your pick?
Hey, Brock Lesnar almost made me cry as a kid. Dak Prescott's going to make Kyler Murray cry.
I respect it. I respect it. And low key, I was all over the Cowboys, and I'm gonna stay with it. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I just think the Cowboys are a team who they've been the past couple years. The same team. It's the same team. It's nothing different. They're gonna beat up on the bad teams, and then when they play the good teams, they'll get beat up on. That's basically what they're bullies. They like to play the bad teams and beat up on them. Even with Kyler Murray coming back to AT&T Stadium, I think Kyler Murray is a little worse now than he was a couple years ago. Like I think we're not seeing the same Kyler Murray that we saw when he first came into the league or earlier on in his career. So I'm not willing to put money or to even pick the Cardinals in this game. I would not be surprised just because of the record at AT&T Stadium. Like, you never know. Maybe places just bring out the best in you, right? When he's in Texas, maybe he did like the ball out. But I want, man, this is tough, low key. This is the hardest game this week to pick, low key. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I could be wrong. I could be so wrong right now. And I'm gonna be so mad if they do lose because I'm really considering Kyler Murray. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with what's it called. I'll tell you what, I will do. No, I can do a spread. I can see the Cowboys just blasting them. Like, I can just see it happening. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys all around. All right, Brown. Hopefully you're right. I would love to see Kyler upset the Cowboys, but it is what it is. All right, but that's it from Straight to the Point podcast. Once again, if you want to join the Discord, it's just $10. All right, you can join. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested. I will send you all the information. All right, once again, all of my social medias at the bottom of the screen: TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All at the bottom of the screen. Make sure y'all hit that up. Once again, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So if you have anybody in your family that had breast cancer or is going through breast cancer or whatever, make sure you call them, tell them you love them, and tell them you're supporting them. All right, and then also, Halloween is on Friday. All right, so y'all be safe out there, trick or treating and everything like that. Y'all going out partying, whatever it is. Be safe, be careful. All right, but nothing but love from the Straight to the Point podcast. Your boy J Bess, your boy Rell, your boy Jerrick. We're out.
Yo, they finna like and sub and leave a comment down below. Yo.